Hi, I'm Bianelle Vazquez. I think that having a playground was a privilege in the sense that I could run freely. I could make friends with not only kids in my classroom, but in other classrooms. Getting into a space like Bayview that had a playground that really valued play in a way where everyone was involved really allowed me to step away from the books, step away from being shy, and really getting myself more involved in the play. I found myself being a very shy kid until I became a junior coach my fourth grade year. I remember that experience being something new in the sense that I had never been a leader before, both at home or at school. When I find myself in new opportunities or in bigger spaces that 10-year-old junior coach self would have never thought was possible, I remind myself, I'm a kid from San Pablo. I have a close friend of mine, and we're both first-generation students. When Miguel and I were little, we would play on these playgrounds because our moms would take us to work occasionally, and we would play with the other kids at really fancy parks. And we would see this other world in a very different lens. It was kind of something that we could partake in when we were with our moms, but not something that we always had access to. We weren't kids at that park that necessarily belonged, but something that Miguel and I both really made sure throughout our entire college journey and even now in our career has been to remind ourselves to where we came from. Saying we're two kids from San Pablo is just saying, hey, we've come a long way. Yeah, we have long ways to go, but there's still room to celebrate how far we've come along and being proud of what we've been able to accomplish both for our families and for ourselves. If I had never been a junior coach and never gained the confidence or experience in being a leader, I would have been someone completely different. I would have been someone who was still afraid to use my voice in spaces that people from my community aren't always welcomed in or aren't always seen in. I found myself really interested in working in the nonprofit sector right out of college and wanted to give back to first-generation low-income students in having access to education, having access to play. My little brother became a junior coach one day, and thinking about how important it was for my brother to see someone like his older sister in those roles and feeling confident in taking on leadership roles has influenced him to this day. Having grown up in a community that wasn't resourced in the ways that neighboring communities were really pushed me and made me interested in coming back to my community to support it in various ways. Something that I've found to be really impactful is noticing how we teach children what leadership means. And there are kids that have benefited from a program like this that are now much older and are change makers, but there are still kids in those communities that are in need of an organization like Playworks. 14 years ago, I was a junior coach, and now I'm a Playworker. My name is Bianelle Vazquez, and I am the Northern California Development Associate. My hope is that in the next 25 years, I can see Playworks serving communities of color, serving communities that are low income. I'd love to see people like myself on staff feeling empowered by the work that we do. Oh, there's so many things I'd love to see in 25 years.